everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, everybody's been waiting for Chantal to do another live. They were curious about what the fallout would be between her and Salah. As everyone knows, she went on Lolcow Live and she made a complete fool of herself in an effort to maybe get hired by Lolcow Live and receive a paycheck. She said a whole lot of things about a whole lot of things on Lolcow Live. She was thoroughly humiliated. Uh, by it was by her own choosing because she chose to go up on panel, and I guess the panel was supposed to be her audition. Keemstar, he's an opportunist, and if he sees someone as being entertaining, or they're going to be an entertaining lolcow that's going to make him money, he'll jump on it. Well, Chantal being on panel, that was her opportunity to show if she was entertaining or not. And I guess he wasn't down to having her as a paid guest. So that failed. But what's going on with Chantal? What happened with her and Salah? Well, I checked Twitter. She did a live, which I'm going to react to. And Salah, he's not happy about her going on the Lolcow Live panel, but he's not backing away, which points in the direction that the marriage between Chantal and Salah, either it's non-existent or it's fake. Because what real Muslim man would be okay with their Muslim wife going on a live and cursing, saying profane things, offering sexual favors to other men, being okay with men looking at pictures of her private parts? What real Muslim man would be okay with that? I just can't see a real Muslim man being kosher with that. So he says it's okay. There are rumors, though, that there are different people that run the Salah account, that different people take it over from time to time. And with some of the things that he was saying, it didn't sound like him. It sounded like somebody else talking. So I want to go over the live with y'all as well as stuff on Twitter. Before we get into that, though, I would like to give my thoughts on Chantal trying to go on Keemstar and Lolcow Live and make money. You know, Chantal, let's talk about going on a panel. I'm someone, I've been on many panels myself, and you're not someone that you'd be good for a panel. You don't know how to panel with people. You don't have much panel experience. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to listen to people or have proper banter with people. You like to be the center of attention. Whether it's a big channel or a small channel, a successful panel are people that they like to talk to each other, perhaps even like each other, or if they don't like each other, they know how to be entertaining, and you don't know how to do that. I mean, you were up on the Cow live panel, and the star of the show was Tina. Most definitely, of everybody that was up there, she was the one that I noticed the most. I didn't really notice you too terribly much. I was there to react to the things said to you and about you, but really she was the one that got my attention. And you should have known within 10 seconds of going on that panel that any thoughts that you had of being hired by Keemstar, uh, being on the Lolcow Queen panel, was out the window the moment that Tina said, I refuse to work with her. That if she's hired, that she would quit. I mean, Keemstar, he had plans to have Tina on the panel, and if Tina is saying outright she wanted nothing to do with you, that means you had no shot. On top of that, Keemstar also passed out another obvious clue. He said he was looking for attractive women to bring up on panel, and he didn't say to you, oh, you look like a good prospect. No, he was saying that to let you know you had no shot. So you're not good panel material, Chantal. As much as you wanted Keemstar to hire you and you would get $4,000 to $5,000, you were not going to get it. You never had a chance. You tried though. You got in the chat, you made yourself known. You've been making yourself known over on that channel for the longest, just trying to integrate yourself. You bought a membership, trying to get in good with them, and it still didn't work. Still didn't work. It failed miserably. Essentially, you paid money to go up on a panel and make a complete fool of yourself. And the beautiful part was you made a fool of yourself on another channel. And of all the things that you said on that panel, you couldn't quickly dirty delete and get rid of the evidence. The evidence was out there. All the reaction channels and clip channels caught it, and you couldn't erase it. So it's out there forever. So what's going on with Chantal today, y'all? What are her thoughts? I'd like to give my thoughts to her thoughts, and I hope you guys enjoy. So how about we get into the Twitter peeps and see what people have to say? So it's about that time, y'all. It's time for the Twitter peeps. All right, guys, it's time for one of my favorite segments of my Reacts to Twitter peeps. One more thing before we get into the Twitter peeps. And I know that Chantal watches all reactions of herself. I'm going to say something that's really going to make her angry because it's true. It's so true. You know, Chantal, I find it sad that you've got a 100K channel. You should be making really good money on that 100K channel, but due to your lack of work, enthusiasm, and energy, your channel is failing, even at 100K. And I also find it sad that as a 100K channel, that you're going to a smaller channel that's more productive in order to make money and find work. You talk about how Keemstar, he's very productive. He's got several channels. He's making all kinds of money. Guess what, Chantal? That could have been you. Honestly, it could have been you. If you had applied yourself long ago, that could have been you. But instead of taking your money that you were making and putting it where it needed to go, paying off your debts, getting things settled, maybe saving for a house or a proper car, you chose to spend it on party favors and men and food. You wasted all of the money that you received, and now you find yourself with practically nothing. People like Keemstar, they're taking their money and they're investing it. They're doing different things with it. Even, say, French Fried Girl. French Fried Girl has her main channel. She has another channel. She works really hard. The money that she's making from Girl World, she's buying a house. I mean, she's being very, very smart with her money. That could have been you. That could have been you. But you wasted all that you had been given. And now you find yourself with nothing, to the point where you're literally begging other channels to hire you because you need money so badly, when the answer to your problems is right in front of your face. You're overextended. You've got too many expenses. There's too much money that needs to go out and not enough money coming in. It's time to minimize. Time to cut off the dead weight and the dead wood and just minimize. You know, stop supporting a man that doesn't love you. Stop supporting another man that doesn't love you. Stop living in a country where your money is worthless, and go back home and just do bare bones and get things started. That's if you care. You know, swallow your pride, go home and get started all over again, because it's obvious you can't keep up the pace in which you put yourself. So just remember, Chantal, that could have been you, being full of enterprise and doing things and plenty of money. And that could have been you, girl. But you devoted yourself to satisfying all of your cravings, all of your impulses, all of your addictions, and you haven't stopped yet. And that's why you're so doggone broke. Speaking of broke, y'all, I've heard that she went to the Starbucks and her card got declined again, which puzzles me. There is a thing called online banking. You can look to see how much is in your bank account. Why doesn't she do that? Why doesn't she go on online banking to see what she has on her card before she goes out and she spends money? You know, Why can't she do that? Why is that hard? Why can't she stop at an ATM and check her balance? I don't know. Maybe this is just adult stuff and I'm talking adult stuff to a giant toddler and she can't figure it out. Anyway, enough with the rambling. Let's get into the Twitter stuff, shall we? Okay. So for those of you on Twitter that would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. So let's start here with a post from Autumn Fairy saying, "Lucky you're in a fake marriage because if it was real and he was a practicing Muslim, your butt would be out the door so fast your head would spin. You offered many men a BJ, called your husband a sick freak, and agreed to have pictures of your vag passed around by the men." Yep. If Salah was a true Muslim man, forget if they're married or not. If he was a true Muslim man, true to his faith, he would have no association with Chantal whatsoever. He wouldn't have had it all this time with her, with all the things she's done and all the things she said. He would have cut this off. But in my opinion, they're not really married. They never were. It was just an on-camera marriage. It was just a role that he was playing. And so therefore, if he's not married to her, he doesn't have much to worry about. But still, associating with Chantal has consequences. And I hope that Salah realizes that even if she went back to Canada and they were no longer together, there's going to be long-standing, lifelong consequences to this. If somebody looks up his name online, they're going to find her. She's still going to be attached to him even well after the fact. They're going to find her. They're going to find him. It's already too late. They're already attached at the hip. Like him, her, always forever linked. So yeah, it's too late, Salah. But if you had any kind of pride left, you would walk away from Chantal and just get it over with. Just rip off the Band-Aid, dude. All right, something cool from Butenbeek and Cold Days. So this piglet's got the right idea. Pigs are smart. Pigs are actually intelligent animals. And they can be taught just like a dog. And look at this cute piglet. Aw. All right, this is Ghost Crab saying another non-scale victory. So here she is getting into the Timu Mobile. Chantal, you claim to have non-scale victories, but it looks like you're having more and more trouble getting out of cars. My goodness. Board PM says, nice copy paste there, Salah. Do you even have an original thought? Are you truly reckless? Don't worry, we've been known. Salah said in reply about what Chantal did, I wasn't happy about what she did, especially behind my back. But I understand she is an impulsive sometimes, and she apologized for that. And she decided not to go there again, and that's set. So she's impulsive, and you give her a pass because she's impulsive, despite the fact that she went on and talked about your fetish and she humiliated you. And she's supposed to be your wife, and she was saying sexual things and saying it was okay for guys to look at her vag. You're okay with all of that. And I'm sorry fixes all of that, Salah. Okay, you're stupid. Tat Von B says, STFU, Chins. You are the laughing stock. Thanks for the free entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, I love that for her. But can we talk about this right here? Chantal, you've been playing around with the filters again, haven't you? I can tell you're playing around with the filters. Y'all look at this clip. Look at the lines of her face. That is not natural. It looks like the filters are struggling. Like the dimensions of her face are not natural. She got like a small forehead and a big old face. Holy moly, macaroni and cheese, Batman. Girl, stop playing around with them filters. You're starting to look weird. Mrs. Flupa Booty says, "Oh la la, someone is maybe headed to Gatineau tomorrow. Can't hope for much, but you never know. So I guess Natter's going to court tomorrow? I don't know. That may be. Who knows what's going to happen?" Kelly says, so Salah Lolcow Live is trash, but your wife was on there, so does that make her trash? This truly proves your Foodie Beauty's little beach. Hope, love this for you. By the way, why hasn't your wife been wearing her ring? Yeah, that's a good question. When she went on Lolcow Live, she didn't have a ring. But then when she did the video where she's saying she wasn't going to be on the Lolcow Queen panel, she was wearing it. So why does she keep taking it off? Why doesn't she keep taking it off? Huh. I can't think of any other wife that would just randomly take off the ring. All right, moving on. Snarky Priest says Foodie Beauty, Sally speaks about how Moodles made him feel straight from her pre-written note, which he shamelessly copy-pasted. Yeah, it looks like Chantal wrote that. It doesn't seem like something that he would say. It would sound like something that he would say or she would say or somebody else would say for her. Yup Yup says Foodie Beauty's card got declined again while she was live, but she totally has money, mates. Well, we're going to get into that and see what happens. Not Sarah Lee, 358, says Chantal is trying to rewrite history about why she went on Lolcow Live. She watches the show and absolutely knew what she signed up for. She just wanted to defend herself about the BBJ situation, not for networking or a YouTube opportunity like she claims. Yeah, but the thing is, the people on Lolcow Live, they're outside of girl worlds. They probably don't know much about the BBJ situation. They weren't there to talk about that. So if that was her intention, how would that work? I think she went on Lolcow Live for different reasons. One, something happened between her and Salat and she was mad. Maybe he was off celebrating with family. Being with family wasn't giving her attention. So she was mad. She definitely wanted attention. She wanted male attention and Salat wasn't giving it to her. She was also hoping to get signed up on Lolcow Live to make a paycheck. And I think she honestly misses just being a train wreck. Like she could be a train wreck in Canada all she wants, but she signed on to be in Kuwait to be there and just do her thing, but it's not the right environment, and the personality that she picked, it's not a good fit for her because it's a complete opposite of what she is. Ghostcraft says, is that true? Where are they talking about it? I support, by the way. So there was a super chat saying Muslims are denouncing her, saying take off the hijab. Yeah, well, the more she does things like this, the more word is going to get around. Honestly, if I were Chantal, I would be getting the next plane ticket back to Canada. Before anything legal happens, before she gets in serious legal trouble, I'd be getting on a plane back to Canada as soon as I could. I'd be making a phone call to mom and saying, look, I don't care. I'll go sleep on your couch. I just need to get out of here before the kitchen gets too hot. But Chantal's stupid, and she thinks she's untouchable and she's unbreakable. So she's going to hang around until something does happen and they force her out of there. Shenanigans says, my comment under that Lindsay's recent video. Shenanigans says, Tina is the verified host and she rejected Chantal. This wasn't Chantal's choice. Tina rejected her live. I love how Chantal is trying to pretend that she turned down the opportunity. We all saw her get rejected live. That is absolutely true. Because when they were going to bring Chantal up, Tina outright said to Keemstar, if you bring her on, if you hire her, I will quit. She said that out loud before Chantal even said a word. She said to Keemstar, I will quit. And Tina is verified to be on the Lolcow Queen panel. She's already locked in. And she said that. So like Chantal got rejected before she even said anything. Antidepressant content says doggo trying to make a new friend. Aw. So the puppers understands that the kitten might be intimidated by its size. So it just knows instinctively to lean down and be less intimidating and lick on it. Let it know I'm a friend. I'm not going to hurt you. It's okay. Don't be scared. Aw. Yup Yup says, to answer Foodie Beauty's question, who have I doxed? And here's a list of people that Chantal has doxed: her own mother, Charlie Gold, French Fry Girl, T and Sass and daughter, Perfectly Imperfect and her family, Dee Dee and her job, Dee Dee's mom and the nursing home, Natter, Just Breezin' and daughter, Refuse to Delete Chat Comment, Missy Moo, and Shanny for Christ. So Chantal has doxed a whole lot of people. She's like, who have I doxed? There you go. There's a whole list right there. Right there. There's the list. Wonder Mom says Foodie Beauty did herself no favors. She hurt her ego, her channel, hurt the bank, and hurt her husband. And for what? The idea that she would be the superstar and people would adore and love her and her channel would get more clicks. She's really this stupid. Yeah, she forgets that there are other communities. That outside of girl world, there are other communities. And they may know things. Maybe they don't know all of the lore, but I'm sure they've heard some things about her. But she is not the superstar outside of girl world. As a matter of fact, she's not the superstar of girl world anymore. Her star is waning. But when she steps into other communities, they're not part of girl world. They might be connected to girl world in some way just because they know some of the lore, but all bets are off. They play by a different set of rules. So Chantal was trying to step outside of girl world and get a job and make that money and get attention. And maybe she thought that the people in the other community would not know her and they wouldn't roast her for filth. And it still happened. So Chantal gets roasted by girl world and she tries to step into other communities thinking she's safe and she still gets roasted. That's what you get for your bad reputation, Foodie. Word gets around about a whole lot of things about a whole lot of people, and it looks like you're one of them. Content that heals your depression. Florida cats are built different. So these cats are just taking an Uber ride on an alligator. Yeah, those are Florida cats, all right. I wouldn't do that, but I guess they're okay with that. I hope they're okay. They don't turn into snacks. All right, Science Girl, y'all look at this. For all of you creative people, kintsugi, the Japanese art repairing broken pottery, highlighting the break using gold, celebrating the beauty of imperfections, seeing flaws and repairs as part of life rather than the end of usefulness. So this person's taking a broken piece of pottery and instead of throwing the pieces away, putting them back together and using gold to hold them together. And look, what a unique piece. What a unique idea. Speaking of that, I have actually seen people take broken pieces of, say, plates or cups and make them into pendants. And they look absolutely gorgeous. So it's all about creativity, like letting your imagination run wild. Paranoid Android says that was literally her audition. The absolute dog crap that pours from the mouth of this person. Foodie Beauty, you paid money to audition for that show, and now you're sore that you got roasted. So sore that she's going on a reporting spree like a loser. Oh, yeah, she's been reporting people. Yes, she has. The Angry Scott says, ha. Sure, Foodie, I don't know what she says here, but it's not. I spent money to get roasted, and the roasting was so hard I don't want to go back. Yeah, she tried to say, I don't want to audition. They really, really wanted me, but I don't want to do it. Like that's how she's framing it, y'all. It's not that she got rejected. It's the fact that they wanted her so badly, but she turned them down. Like that's the narcissist in her. In every story, the narcissist either the victim or the hero or the both at the same time. So in this story, she's the hero. Oh, I went on and it wasn't a good fit for me, so I turned them down. Okay, Chantal. Sinatra says she's desperately trying to control the narrative here. She went on, made a butt of herself, her husband, and her own community, sharing pictures of her bits in a hijab, talking fetishes. Now she's above it? Nope. She loved the attention. Yeah, she did. She loved the attention because at any time while she was on that panel, Chantal could have said, you know what, guys, I'm out. I'm going to leave now. She did not leave. She stayed for an hour. So she was loving the attention. She was having a ball. She liked talking to other men, getting the attention from other men, even though they were not attractive to her. She still liked being up there and getting that attention. And if you go on a panel, Foodie, when you go on a panel, it's not all about you, like I said. A panel is about everybody on the panel, not just you. You are not the star. Everybody out there gets to have a voice. Everybody gets to talk. Everybody should be able to talk. So how would you be good panel material? And if people approach you with hard questions and they start giving you a hard time, do you know how to handle yourself? I don't think you do. I don't think you know anything about panel manners. You don't know anything about manners, period. All right, something here from Science Girl. Baby elephant making room for a favorite toy. See, even baby elephants like taking a bath with their toy. Okay, looking on. Don't Fence Me In says the best thing, in my opinion, from last night's poop show performance by Chantal is that she cannot blame her behavior on alcohol or party favors. That was pure, real, true Chantal in all of her trashiness. Oh, and she can't dirty delete. That's right. She can't blame what happened last night on, oh, I was under the influence. She can't do that. She was completely lucid. She was completely sober. She was aware of what was coming out of her mouth. She wasn't stopping herself. So she can't use any excuses as to why she said the things she said. Okay, moving on. Let's see. A Chick and a Duck says she's this close to understanding why her channel is dying. Watching someone pretending to be an angel is even more off-putting than watching someone is actually virtuous. Let's watch the clip.
But my point is, if you're looking for a panel of angels, you're not going to find it on Lolcow. And if you did have very virtuous people on there, people would be bored and not watch, and that's a fact. Okay.
You know what? A Chick and a Duck. You're right. She was right there. She was that close. She was that close. She was almost there. She was almost there. She was about ready to turn the corner, and then she backed away, but doggone it, she was at that corner ready to turn around and see the other side. Tell you what, Chantal, I'll do you a solid. Even though you're a horrible, evil, rotten, putrid, vile person, I'll do you a solid. And I'll take you the rest of the way there. Because you were close. You were really, really close. People like authenticity. They like people who are genuine, people who are true to who they are, that they're not being fake on camera. You've been on YouTube for 8 years. Everybody knows who you are. Everybody. You showed your true self back in Canada, and you've been in Kuwait being your not authentic self. You've not been genuine. You've not been sincere. You've not been real, and everybody knows it. Girl World knows it. The Beezers know it. Everybody knows who you are. You spend years showing us who you are. And then you go to Kuwait and you're a completely different person, even though there was no lead in to being a different person. There were no real long-standing changes to show that you were honestly changing. You're going to go from being a train wreck in Canada, eating tons of fast food, cursing, swearing, being dramatic, making up lies, to suddenly you're in the Middle East and you're virtuous, you're pure, you're a devoted traditional housewife. No, ma'am. No, no. You can't make that large of a leap across the abyss without a bridge. And there was no bridge. There was no bridge that made sense. You can't take a lifetime of bad habits and bad behaviors and impulsiveness and addictions and so forth and fix them with a trip to the Middle East, moving in with somebody or being around someone. It doesn't work like that. Everybody can see that you're pretending. Everybody. Everyone. They see that you're being a phony, a fake, a fraud. It's very off putting. When you're looking at somebody, you know they're being a fraud. They're not being genuine. The things that they're saying, the image that they're portraying, is not coming from the heart. Now, if you were someone and you really had the faith in your heart and you were trying to turn your life around and that was the energy that you were portraying, that'd be different. Like you're trying to make life changes, you're going to therapy, you're talking to people, trying to get your addictions under control, that would be different. But you're exactly the same person that you were back in Canada, maybe worse. Actually, you are worse. You're worse off now than before you came to Kuwait. But the fake, phony fraudness of it all is very off putting. And you want to go on a panel with a bunch of people that are being who they are, and you want to go up there being a fraud and a phony, claiming to be a Muslim woman, at the same time you're cursing, you're swearing, you're gossiping, you're passing around your kitty cat pictures, saying, here, look at these, offering sexual favors while you're wearing a hijab, while you're wearing an abaya. Apparently, you're not a Muslim woman. It's off-putting. It's very off-putting. Okay? If you were in Canada, not wearing the hijab, not wearing the abaya, just being your authentic self, maybe Keemstar would have hired you because you'd be authentic then, being your real self versus being a phony. But as long as you continue to be a phony, pretending to be somebody that you're not, yeah, he's not going to have you up there. Like you're boring on your own, and even with a panel full of people that are more talkative than you, more entertaining than you, you're still boring. You don't know how to be entertaining, nor are you willing to learn. You're trying to compensate for your boringness. You still want to find a way to be lazy and make money. And I'm sorry, those days are over. You got to work for what you want. You can't look towards other people to pay you for non-existent work. But nobody, not Keemstar, not anybody, is going to pay you to be on panel and you're a boring guest. And you would be. You would be. You had your shot. You went on panel. You were boring. You were trying to be entertaining, I guess, by being offensive. But Tina roasted the crap out of you, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But you got one-upped. And I love the fact that they let you on. They used you and then they threw you away. I think that's fantastic. I do. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Your mom's emotional support, Carrot, says Chantal is in the crap with Salah. Well, apparently not too much crap because he's still modding in her chat. And where's the apology video? Where's it at, y'all? Shouldn't there be an apology video? If you're a wife that got on a live and you said the things that she said about Salah, shouldn't you publicly apologize to your husband for saying those awful, foul things? Just admit that you said wrong. And I publicly apologize to my husband because I was really out of pocket with what I said. Where's the apology? She's not apologizing. The video that she made was about why she wasn't going to be part of the Lolcow Queen Live panel, but there was no apology to Salah. She publicly humiliated him, but then she did not publicly apologize to him. Now I know you're really not married to Chantal because no husband will put up with that kind of behavior. Nobody, nowhere would put up with it. They would walk. Orange Cat says, ma'am, they reminded you at least once that you were there to audition. They don't want you. Just take the L and move on. Yeah, that was her audition and she failed. And Tina said outright, you hire her, I'm gone. So I think that sealed the deal with Keemstar. It was like, I take Tina over Chantal any day. Yep, and here we go from Sinatra. It's worse than I thought. She paid to be dragged and turned into a joke on her favorite show. We're all laughing at you, not with you. Yes. Yep, she paid. She tried it. She tried the groupie thing. It did not work. She tried it. Your mom's emotional support carrot says Tina merch available next week. Yeah, Tina dragged her gloriously. I was living for it. It was so funny. Okay, what else? Okay, is that it? I think we're all caught up. That's good. That did not take very, very long. So let's get into Chantal's live that she did where she's out and about driving. Oops. One moment. I pulled up the wrong thing. I'm sorry. My bad. All right. So we're starting a few minutes in. And thankfully enough, this live did not go on for very long. Let's go.
I don't know about that. I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago.
No, you're actually worse. You're actually worse. You're about 200 pounds heavier. Your health is worse, though. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Chantal, because it's okay if I am wrong. When you were in Canada, you weren't on like 6 different diabetic medications and insulin. Maybe you were on medication and you never showed it to us. There's always that possibility. But since you've been in Kuwait, you've gotten on 6 different diabetic medications. You're on the max doses plus insulin. Obviously, your health has gotten worse. Your mobility's gotten worse. You were moving better and breathing better back in Canada. You've gotten worse. You're practically housebound. You're almost bedbound.
You know? Teardrop high! I friggin' missed you guys. Yeah, thanks, Becca. You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Teardrop, can you hear me? Hey, Four-Wick Candle! Okay, good. Listen, peeps. Can't hear the music? Okay, good. Now, I drove to this place here. There's a lobster restaurant here, but it's probably a lot
I
of
noticed
dinner.
that every single trip that you take out of the house with the car, Chantal, it's always about the food. You know, the more you do this, the more you go out and about, the more it becomes very, very clear that your whole motivation for wanting to drive in Kuwait was to get your food. It wasn't about getting out of the house and doing different things and having a life outside the house. It was all about, I want to go get my food. And I want it when I want it. And I don't want to have to wait on Salah to go get it. I'm going to go get my food. It was very food motivated.
Hey, creepy. Well, I just want to get something like a coffee, but I came to Starbucks. I know I'm a trader, but because they're the only place that I can find that has sugar-free options, you know? Hey, Lily. So I guess I have to, caramel apple latte, but they don't have sugar-free. I'm stuck with the same 2 sugar-free syrups. I just woke up from a sweaty nap. Oh, no. Hey, Shifa. You just bought KFC? Jump in the pond fountain? Yeah, right, I'll get arrested. I'm not friggin' Johnny Somali. I'm respectful when I'm in other places.
No, you're not. For those who are wondering who she's talking about, Johnny Somali, for those who haven't heard about that person, Johnny Somali was a very controversial, rude live streamer who went to different countries, went to Asia, Japan. Now he's in South Korea. Every place he visited, he was extremely disrespectful, very disrespectful, acting way out of pocket. He went to Japan talking about Pearl Harbor. His latest escapades, he went to South Korea and he was just disrespecting the people there. there was a statue called the Comfort Woman statue that represented the ladies during the war that were used as, I have to say it this way, sex slaves. He disrespected the statue. He was making out with it, rubbing oil all over himself, twerking on it, which made the people of South Korea very, very angry. And it got so bad that the people of South Korea, like, they were treating him like a Pokemon. They were literally hunting him down. Uh, they were wanting to hunt him down and do stuff to him. Like, imagine a whole country feeling that way about you because of how you're behaving. He got in trouble with Japan. They let him go. He apologized. But then he went to South Korea and repeated the same behavior because he thought he was untouchable. But he's in serious trouble in South Korea. Like, he's facing some serious jail time. But it was so intense that people were literally like on social media, like keeping track of where he's at and where he might be, and people were looking for him like they would look for Pokemon. So Chantal, you over in Kuwait, you've not been respectful to the people in Kuwait, not at all. You're filming oil fields, you're filming people, you film children, filming people without their consent. I mean, you've done the most over there. It's a miracle that you've not gone to jail.
Sorta. None of us are perfect or the same 3 years ago. Haters need to take a flying leap into the fountain. Okay, I need something. I was just watching retro vids of you, friends I know. Unless you're like somebody who's vanilla, like really mild and very mature, you might like my newer stuff. It's very more calm.
It's boring. It's boring. You're trying to say, oh, it's calm. It's for the more adult people. So those of you that are juveniles, you might like my retro reacts or the retro stuff. But for all of you adult people, that you're grown up now and you're mature, you'll like my current content. You can do calm content and it can be entertaining. But unfortunately, your stuff isn't interesting at all, Chantal. It really isn't. It really, really isn't.
For my rages. SB, what'd you say? Oh, a week trip. Wow, lucky for you. What's your job? Brooke, this one doesn't. Let's ask. I saw you on Lolcow. They tore into you bad. No, that's what the whole show is about. Hey, Gulabi.
Yeah, but the difference is there are different people on this show that are paid guests. Yeah, they're Lolcows, but they're paid guests. And you desperately wanted in on that action. You want to be a paid guest, so you get a guaranteed $4,000, $5,000 paycheck. You were trying it, Chantal. You were letting your real, authentic self out. At the same time, you're doing it inappropriately because you're wearing the hijab, wearing the abaya. You were showing a little bit of the old Chantal, and even still, you didn't get hired. But as I said earlier, isn't it sad that you, someone that you've been on YouTube for 8 years, girlfriend, 8, if you had applied yourself long ago, you wouldn't be running to another channel looking for a way to make money. Your channel would be making money on its own. I mean, heck, I remember back in the day when you were in your heyday doing the mukbangs. Girl, if you had set up a merch store and just made up a design and put it on t-shirts and mugs and offered that to your beezers, you could have made at least a little bit of bank. But you were lazy and you never set anything up. And because of your public image being what it is, no company wants to touch you. No brands want to sponsor you or pay you to advertise their stuff. Like, everybody that came within 5 feet of you backed away pretty quickly, including Coldest Water Bottle. Including them. They fired you twice. So now you're in a corner where you've spent up all your money, you've eaten all your money, you crapped out all your money, and you're at 100K and you're running to a channel that's 80K looking to make money from them. How embarrassing. that your channel number wise is bigger than Lolcow Live, and you're going over there begging them for money. Hire me, please. I need money. I don't have enough money to support my fake husband and my lover, wannabe lover, back in Canada, and my food habit and supporting 2 apartments. I need your help. You're running to a smaller channel trying to get help to cover all your bills and cover all your rent when you should have had it covered, girlfriend. You should have had it covered. If you had saved your money, you could have gotten yourself a nice house, got yourself a nice car, all your taxes paid off, all of that. But you devoted your life to feeding all of your addictions, all of your impulses, all of your cravings, just chasing them around, being married to all your suffering, and look what it's brought you. Brought you to a place where you are so desperate for cash, you'll do anything.
We love you for being you. Thank you, Teardrop. Because I'm good about to drive, internet. Hey, CP. You find me more entertaining now? The things that people are going to find entertaining on that show are things like, the OF. I can't say it. The whole thing with, a lot of things that I touched briefly on because it's already out there, Apparently my OF is everywhere on the internet. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, they would have seen it anyways. They had it, so, but I mean, like, I wouldn't, I'm not that person now, so I think I would just be boring. Now, I would love to do some of, like, how they do on Lolcow, they have, like, the 3 of them do fun things, like, they go camping and do funny things like that. Like, they buried Bookie in a grave, that kind of stuff. That's fine. Like, you can do that no matter what stage in life you are. Like, fun stuff like that. But
you know what, Chantal, instead of like running over to Lolcow Live to get hired for a panel, why don't you do your own panels? Why can't you do your own panels? Just get a sub to StreamYard. Do your own panels. Bring some of your beezers up there. That would be different content. Instead of waiting to go on a panel, make your own panels and see what you could do with them. That would be different content. It beats the crap out of constant mukbangs. So waiting for someone else to set up a project and pay you, get yourself paid.
Like the you F and B and you blah blah blah, like constantly, just I can't, man. I just can't. And I'm not 3 years ago, so that would not be any drama. It wouldn't be any fun. Tracy did a great job defending you against.
And you want to be part of the Lolcow Live Queen panel, but you know who you are, you know what you've done, and you had to know. Let's just say on a devil's whim, you did get hired, Chantal. If you went up on that panel, if you were hired as a guest, you would have to deal with people going over there and putting your past in your face all the time. And how would you handle that? You're very short-tempered. You don't know how to handle things with grace or humor. Be smooth about it. You'd be constantly blowing up and you might rage quit. You would not know how to handle yourself. And you couldn't get mad at people coming in and asking questions if you put yourself in a position where you're on a panel where people in the audience are allowed to ask questions, or people on the panel ask you questions. You're putting yourself in the hot seat. You're doing that to yourself. So you want to be part of some money-making deal, but you don't know how to do business for yourself, and you don't know how to conduct business with other people.
Audition. Yeah, Tracy. Small potato. Hello, I'm calling names and screaming that, yeah, you should get the game bag. I know it would pay well. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if they would want me, but
they don't. They don't. Listen, Chantal, If you had been a Lolcow that set the world on fire, like you said it yourself, Keemstar is an opportunist. And if he looked at you and said to himself, this one can make me some money. This one, she's got it. She's got that, whatever it is that will make people tune in to rage at her, to talk about her, to talk to her. He's an opportunist. He's all about making that money, making that paper. And if he saw in you the potential to make money, he would have hired you right there on the spot. But the moment that Tina opened her mouth and said, "No, thank you, sir. I'll quit if you hire her," he looked at you, he looked at Tina, and he thought to himself, which one is the more valuable? Tina's the one that's the more valuable because she's coming here bringing the fire. I don't want to let go of her. So screw you, Chantal. Like he didn't see anything in you to work with. Even if he couldn't put you on the Lolcow Queen panel, if he saw something in you, he might have thought of something else to use you for. But he saw nothing, so he just left it alone.
Auditioned, but I liked watching the auditions, though. That was fun. Okay, listen. Guys, let's go get something. I saw that, yo mama. Desperate. No, I'm just joking. Don't you just want to punch my face? Hey, Zach, welcome back.
No comment, but I'm thinking things. That's all I'm going to say.
It rhymes. Is that a crime? That was. All right, guys, I'm in the car. We're not going to go far. What the hell? Oh, hold on. I got to clean my lens. My friends. Oh, shit. Hyper, you're going to get it. I want to make one of those AI songs that everybody does. Do you guys know anything about that?
Go look it up yourself. Why are you asking your beezers how to do things when you could do your own searches? If it matters to you, go do your own homework.
A beezer song. Okay, is that better? My camera at night is quite a fright. Ugh. Sit tight. I had to drive on the highway to get here because I didn't want to go into the Starbucks near my house. Is that bad? Yeah. Is there any cars behind me? Are there any cars behind me? No, there are not. Weehaw. Check this out, guys. I'm going to back up so you can see the wee. Whoa. Okay. We're good.
Why is she going backwards?
See the fountain? Oh. Okay, babe. I'll try to rule the car. Frick. Okay, so there's... Maybe we'll come out here and walk along the place. I just wanted to show you. I just got to get a coffee first. All right. Let's go. Yella. There's all kinds of restaurants, but I already ate. And listen, my stomach is still messed up. I don't know why, but...
I know why it's messed up, because you don't stop eating. You eat all kinds of stuff and your stomach is never empty. That's why.
I can't really eat much. I'm not even kidding.
Maybe it's because of all those mukbangs you're doing off camera for the Foodie people, fulfilling all those requests. I'm sure that you are pretty stuffed.
If I do, I pay. I'll pay for it. Don't stop this. Hold on a second. Lobster. Oh, these people are lobster. Nice romantic. So good. They don't have sugar-free, I bet you. Look at this.
Chantal, I don't know why you tell us about getting things that are sugar-free. Because even if you got something sugar-free, the moment you got home, you dump a bunch of sugar in it. You're not going to get a drink that's sugar free.
The classic gingerbread ice Americano coffee.
Okay, you know what? I know what she's drinking. Okay, let's get through all that.
It didn't go through. Like,
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. Sorry, I didn't know that that was here. So there's a complete silence because she's turned it off to talk to the server, the person inside, I mean. Come on, Chantal, hurry up. Well, I guess this is the part where declined again. Why does she keep trying to use her card if there's no money on it? Like what is the point in that? What's the point in that? And you better hope, Chantal, that you're not if you and Salah have a joint bank account.
or chat. I had to have Salah check if like because they were trying to tell me that it didn't go through
Again. It again, her card does not go through again. Chantal, it's another what, 11, 12 days before payday? You know, you got another 10, 11 days before payday. So there's no money coming through that account. Like, why do you keep trying to use it?
like I put the card in and then it said approved. I pulled it out and the guy was like, it didn't go through. So I'm like, did they charge the bank your bank account? And then there's a charge on the bank account. And I'm like, no, it went through because they charged it. And they were trying to get me to do it again. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying twice. Yeah, you can wait because I'm not going to hit a car. Don't get testy with me. Like, anyway, so yeah, anyway, that's what happens when I left. Can't just be a normal friggin', you know. So I had to like get off the app and off YouTube and check.
Well, you've got two phones. You can check on your second phone.
Anyway, they let me go because they were wrong. So it did go through.
Now, you know what I think happened? Like her card doesn't have any money, so she had to pay cash again. And there's also the rumor and the feeling that maybe Salah, if she does have his card, he puts a freeze on the card to make sure that she doesn't go wild with spending money on food. Like if she has to go out and get food, he's like, nope, you're not using my card. You're not going to come back after spending $50 on food. So that might be happening. He might be temporarily freezing the card so that she doesn't go wild and spend all the money on a B moment.
I was like, yeah, all right. Okay, there's like 1,000 Taliban people here. Because it's all restaurants here, so people probably order from here through here to park and because right now I am far enough from home. I had to take the highway, so but I have Christmas music in my head. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Park here, I guess. Okay. not embarrassing. Just well, I'm just like I'm like I want to pay twice. Like I had to stand my ground because I was about to like pay twice, and she's like, you have to contact your bank to. Sometimes it goes through like on a credit card, but it doesn't actually. And I'm just like, no, we're not doing that. Yo,
I don't think that happened.
hey,
Listen, if she paid with a card, there's no way it can charge you twice. Because you'll do one transaction at a time. You do one transaction at a time. Like I think her card was declined again, and she just doesn't want to, and she muted it. So how do we know she didn't pay cash?
hello, Missy Mud. Okay, let's unroll the window. No, there's music, faint music. It's time to get quiet for whatchamacallit, Metallica music. Frig that.
Oh, there we go. See, she got the drink. She got the drink. So how did she get the drink? Obviously, she paid for it because she got the doggone drink from Starbucks. Look, there's a label right there. She's like, I'm not paying twice. Screw that. But she got the drink. So how did she get the drink?
New card. No, I think they're just maybe, but I don't know. I'll have to ask the law about it because I was like, did they charge twice or what? Did they charge the card? I'm like, they charged like, I had to show them the bank app. I'm like, they charged the account. Like Foodie Lolcow needs you. The other auditions were so bad.
Oh God,
Yeah.
she's got Starbucks drinks all over the front of her abaya. You're so sloppy, Chantal.
I don't want to be mean. What the heck?
She did that on purpose. Let me just spill the foam down my face and look like something else.
But I'm boring too. I'm not like entertaining.
Exactly. You're boring and you're not entertaining. So why should someone who's got a site where he's putting together a panel, why should he pay you to be part of a panel? Why is he going to pay you $4,000, $5,000 a month to be on a panel when you're boring? If you have never done panels before or very rarely, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't want to talk to people. The Lolcow Queen panel, it's nothing but women. And you don't like other women. You don't know how to talk to other women. You don't know how to have banter with other women. So why would he hire you for the Lolcow Queen panel? I mean, you're the one wanting the job. So you as a potential employee, you've got to make a good case about why you should be hired over everybody else or why you should be hired along with everybody else. Like, what are your qualifications? What are you bringing to the table? What are you going to say to Keemstar? Oh, I've got a 100K channel. I've got all my beezers. Like, that's your qualifications? You've got to be entertaining. You've got to be worth giving all that money to. Like, if he's paying you $4,000, $5,000, it's got to be worth his while. He looked at you, he listened to you, and he said to himself, this isn't worth my time. This isn't worth the money spent. And he passed on you. Maybe you were hoping to get on the Lolcow Live panel with the men, but not with the women. But obviously he said no to that. Because not a single person on that panel liked you, except for Becky. And I think she's a beezer, and she gave me Missy Moo vibes. But that was the only person. But everybody else said, heck no.
Came all the way for sugar-free and ended up getting not sugar-free product.
Yep, told you.
Woo-hoo. No matter what I do, I can't be dainty. It's a problem. You got to go to
Look at her with the foam all over her abaya and underneath here on the head cap. Girl, get a napkin.
etiquette school to be dainty, I think. You know how they used to raise women back in the day? Problem solved. You and I don't feel like going back. I don't feel like I just don't like. I'm a hijabi, yo mama. I'm like a Muslim. I gotta act it.
Ma'am,
somewhat,
that went right out the window with that panel. You were cursing, you were swearing, you were talking to other men in a sexual way, you were giving permission for them to look at your kitty cat pics, you were offering a sexual act to those men. I mean, come on. Come on, it's a done deal. Quit faking. Quit faking.
This is a toffee nut iced Americano. Let's get that foam in there. Tina's a beach. You should have dragged her one leg. I don't know if I have it anymore. I don't want to make fun of an amputee. Do you really want me to go to hell or what? He wasn't happy I went on it, okay? That's what you want to know?
Hold on. As far as the Lolcow Live panel and the people that were on it, I've said this before, with the exception of Chantal, I don't know anybody else on that panel. I don't know their backstories. I don't know their lore. None of it. I don't know anything about Tina, or I don't know much about Keemstar. I know a little bit about Boogie and Wings of Redemption. Becky, don't know her. I know very little about the other people on the panel. I was just there for Chantal. But here is Yo Mama making fun of a woman who I guess has lost her leg. Shame on you, Yo Mama. You're taking the fact that somebody is an amputee and you're dragging her for that, or you're trying to. That just makes you look bad, sir. Your mama says you should have dragged her one leg. Yo mama, have you forgotten the fact that Foodie has a bad foot herself? Like, she's always dragging her leg, maybe due to nerve damage. And she's got diabetes, and there's a possibility because of her diabetes she might lose one of her limbs. But how dare you make fun of a woman who's lost her leg? Like, I don't know the circumstances of how she lost her leg, but you shouldn't be making fun of people that have lost a limb, Yo mama. You're going way low, sir. Shame on you.
But we're not divorced over it. He knows what my life used to be like. He knew what kind of content I used to do.
So this person in chat, Bait Korean, says she lost a leg because of diabetes. I don't know if that's true. I'm just reading stuff in the chat, y'all. I don't know if what Bait Korean is saying is the truth. But if she did lose a leg because of diabetes, that is very unfortunate. Chantal, you should pay attention to that. If Tina had diabetes and lost a leg, you yourself have diabetes, you're over there like eating sugar like it's going out of style, and you've got a myriad of health problems. So what happened to somebody else, it might happen to you. You might want to slow down with your lifestyle.
She lost a leg because of diabetes. Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh.
Should have got the sugar-free.
Oh, shit, it just hit her. Oops. Oops. I'm making fun of Tina and her one leg. Oops. Oops. She finds out it was because of diabetes, and she's got diabetes type 2 on 6 different medications, max doses. Yeah, that could be your situation, Chantal, if you don't watch it. That's why she said, oops. Like, oh, she lost it because of diabetes, and I've got diabetes. Maybe I need to shut up. Yeah, maybe you should shut up.
It's fun. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's all in good fun. It's not roast. You ever watch Jeffree Star's roast battles? Or I didn't even really get to respond because everyone is like always yelling over top of each other. It's weird for us to interact. Did you see Luigi Mangio?
Yeah, you know what,
That's
Chantal? Like I said, you wanted so bad to go up on Lolcow Live panel. You want to be a part of the Lolcow Queen panel. Why don't you do your own panel? Bring some of your beezers up. Make that as part of your content. It'd be a heck of a lot more entertaining than you and your boring mukbangs. Do something besides the mukbangs. Give the reactors something different to react to.
I can't say. Who doesn't laugh about yourself? Yeah, I can laugh at myself if it's for comedy purposes. Why not? They're like, have your haters from Gore World on. Yeah, if those bees don't cam up, forget about it. There ain't no way.
You know, I would love to see a panel with FFG, Yaba, Tina, and Foodie. Please let it happen. Oh, let the roasting begin. They will drag her for filth.
They may make her feel bad about herself, though, Chantal. Maybe we should invite her to your channel and have like a girl talk. A girl talk! I don't think Tina does girl talks. He wants to shame me for money. That's what the whole show is. They want messy, exactly. They want messy people. I think they would just go like, how, you know.
Chantal, as far as being shamed for money, let's not forget about you. You multiple times shaming people about them not having money or allegedly not having money. How many times did you talk about FFG? That she allegedly lived in a Motel 6, which she never did, but you kept insinuating that she lived in a Motel 6. Girl, ain't karma a beach? You were trying to shame the Motel 6. You were trying to shame FFG at the Motel 6. And yet, look at you. You couldn't even afford the Motel 6 for a month, girl. Not even. You don't even have enough money to pay for a Motel 6 for a month if you went back to Canada. That's what you get for all that money shaming. That's exactly what you get for being greedy back in the day when you had your VIB section, when you had your hug box. It was locked down. Like all your conversation was behind a paywall and you were shaming people for sending like the smaller super chats. This is what you get. Here's the consequences of your actions. The universe heard you when you said, I've got too much money. I hate money. The universe said, oh yeah, we're going to help you with that. We're going to take it all away and maybe you'll be happier. So it took all the money away. So are you happier? Are you happier going through drive-thrus and you can't even pay for a cup of coffee with your card? Are you happier now? You should be happier. You were complaining about money, so the money was taken away. So enjoy your new happiness, I guess.
How irrelevant. Like, who cares, you know? Carolina.
This is what she gets for shaming people who lived at the Motel 6. This is what she gets for trying to shame people for living in trailers and she sheds. This is what she gets. Miss having her nose up way in the air. This is what she gets.
On YouTube, what live? Discord live. I don't know. Tina's part of that like kid behind the camera, and they make decent views from what I saw on their vlogging channel. I don't know. She's just her whole personality, her whole thing is screaming and yelling. That's what they do. She sits there on panel like this. I'm going to shut the fuck up, me That's what she does. She should threaten.
Okay, this comment from Yo Mama. Yo Mama says, I am all about making money for content, and Keem pays big money. Foodie, get that bag, honey. What does you making money have to do with Chantal making money, unless you want her to go on Lolcow Live and be on the Lolcow Live Queen panel, Yo Mama, and you cover her, and maybe you're hoping for a crossover with that audience and your audience. I mean, is that you're trying to make a bridge between yourself, Foodie, and Keemstar, and maybe it pans out for you somehow? I don't know. Like you're poking at her to go and keep at it. It's just weird.
Claw people with her fake leg. That would be so funny.
Ma'am, inappropriate. You're shaming somebody for being an amputee. Don't do that. That's disgusting. Don't. Because you're already suffering the consequences of your actions. Like karma. I know the girl world, a lot of people are saying, when is karma going to show up at the party? When's it going to happen? When is Chantal going to deal with her karma? Ladies and gentlemen, she's already dealing with it. It's slow, but it's been happening. Go back the last few years of her channel and you'll see what I'm talking about. Everything about her world has been dismantling little by little, stone by stone, pebble by pebble. The tower that she built for herself, that she put herself in so she could be at the top and look down at all the peasants, that sucker has been coming down from the bottom up. All the stones have been getting loose and falling away. Her money has been dropping and dropping and dropping. Her views have been dropping and dropping and dropping. People interested in her content have been slowly going away. Like her money situation is getting worse. Her health is getting worse, much worse. She's overextended herself with just trying to keep everything going, and it's not working. She's at a place now of desperation where she's at a 100K channel, going to an 80K channel, looking for a job to make money, because her 100K channel, which is bigger number-wise than Keemstar's channel, is not making her money anymore due to the fact that she's not working and she's not trying. Karma is here. It's been at the party the whole time, sitting in a corner, doing its thing, but it's been working. It's seeing the things that Chantal values, what her priorities are, and dismantling everything. Everything in her world is falling apart. And Chantal has blinded herself to all the changes. She doesn't want to see it, so she puts on the blinders so she doesn't have to see it. She continues to live in Delulu land, and she thinks, as long as I got this, 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 and this, everything's fine. No, it's not fine. Just because you have 4 things doesn't mean the other 40 are okay. No, it means the other 40 are in trouble, but as long as the 4 things in front of you are okay, you think you're all right, and you'll keep deluding yourself into thinking they're all right. But karma's been working, y'all. It has been working. Her videos, her lives, even her rage lives, where she brings up other reactors' names, like FFG, like Yaba. In the past, the lives where she talks about reactors used to get her the highest views. Now they barely get anything. So even when she tries to whistle in said reactors and get them to react to her, she doesn't make much money. The reactor in question always makes more. And she will attribute that to, oh, they're taking my views. No, they're not taking them. It's just that the people have spoken. and they said, I want to watch your content over here versus with you because you're not doing what you should do to make it entertaining. So I'm going to go over here where it is entertaining. I'm going to go to a channel that they go the extra mile. They come on camera correct. They're not coming on camera intoxicated or sedated. They're coming ready to work. And I'm going to give them the view because it's obvious that they care about their channel and they care about their content and they try and they listen to people. Chantal, not so much. Not so much. She chose to let her channel fall by the wayside the same way that she let her health fall by the wayside. The I don't care attitude, it goes all the way around. It encompasses everything and it's so apparent. And that's why your world is falling apart because you're not working hard to keep everything together, Chantal.
Get the bag. Get the bag. Fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag. You ever want to roll the t-shirts? Oh no, let me move on. I'm just scream at
Go
me
ahead,
enough. That's why
Chantal.
I'm
Do a panel
spoiled.
on your channel. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do a panel. Bring your beezers up there. Give the reactors something to react to. We'll roast the F out of you and you know it.
Right. I should have been spanked a few times growing up.
Yep,
Probably
you
would
should
have done
have.
some good.
You should have. You should have been spanked or at least disciplined. That's what you were lacking in your life. Discipline. Nobody taught you discipline. Respect for your elders. Respect for authority. That's part of the problem. You grew up spoiled. That's why you have no sense of manners. Like that was missing from your life.
I've never spread for bread. Yeah, because no one would pay for that. I never did either. Like, you know, I didn't do any of that on my OF. It was
Yeah, she didn't spread for bread. She spread for donuts.
Spread. I thought she meant like sexual activity. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
She spread for peeps.
Whatever. Who cares? No.
And this is not me shaming anybody in the adult industry doing things with their own body. Hey, if you got it, if you want to flaunt it, make money with it, go for it. I got nothing to say about it. I'm just making a joke of what she did and what was said on the panel. Like they were saying she spread for bread. And I'm like, nah, she spread for donuts, paneer, lakmas.
Hey, YouTube lover. Naomi. When I started dancing. Do Tina again. I'm so mean. She's gonna hate me more. Tina and Tree Lady. Oh, my glasses are cute. Thank you. They're foggy.
Thank you for wearing your glasses while you were driving, Foodie. Although I don't know how effective they are with your driving, but thank you for wearing your glasses while you drive.
Hey, George. Hey, Pia. I know. I came here to get the sugar-free options only. And I ended up getting a sugar one. I should have went somewhere else.
No, you ordered the sugar one.
I have to admit, Starbucks has the best choices of drinks. I'm not going to lie. And there's something nostalgic about it for me, like with Christmas and I don't know.
No. It's not about Christmas. Chantal, you've been doing a lot of things lately. You've been saying a lot of things. You've been acting in certain ways. You want to be back in Canada. You want to go back there. You want to be yourself, your true, authentic self. You want to go to the dispensaries. You want to get the green products. You want to get the edibles. You want to go around and do what you want to do and be on your home turf. To the point where you're so homesick that I feel that all these car trips out Is it because you want the food? Yes, but I think you're trying to, in a way, recreate some of the things that you did back in Canada. The problem is you doing it in Kuwait, it doesn't hit the same, does it? It doesn't feel the same. It feels different because you're not on your home turf. You're not in your home country. But you hear people all the time in your chat saying how much they miss you being in Canada, that they like watching the retro videos. They miss you going out for food in Canada and doing the carbies. You see it all the time. And you're like, these people, they miss these things. And honestly, I miss them too. So I'm going to go out in Kuwait and I'm going to try to recreate what I used to do in Canada. But the vibe is different, you see. And I know that there's a part of you that you're still thinking that you can somehow, some way, at some point, repeat the success that you had back in Crackhead Olympics. Those days are gone. They're long gone. Even if you went back to Canada and you talked to Natter and you guys started up the drama again, you will never get that level of success ever again. Lightning doesn't strike twice. Like that was your high point, financially speaking. But you're never going to see that again. I mean, your health is way too bad. You were doing massive amounts of party favors and edibles and acting crazy. I mean, the drama was high. The unpredictability was high. You can't repeat that. You're far too heavy and far too sick. Your body cannot put up with the abuse now that it did then. It just can't. And as much crap as you've talked about, Natter, and you guys started up again, you would lose what little beezers you got left. So if there's a part of your brain that you're thinking, oh, plan B is I can go to Canada and start this up again. No, you can't. You really can't. You got to come up with something new. You can't always fall back on the old reliable. Sometimes the old reliable doesn't work. It's time to get off that vacation, Chantal, and just do you. Stop being a fake and a phony. Just do you. You cannot do Crack Olympics 2.0. It happened once. It can't happen again. You'll never make $20,000, $30,000 a month ever again. Just get over it.
The holidays. Jonah Fork, it's all over the internet. I mean, you could easily find those pictures. A little bit of chicken breast, a little bit of rice, and a bit of lentil soup, and then I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I missed you guys. She's mean to everyone. That's why she's so good for the show.
You're a hypocrite. You are criticizing Tina for being mean, but yet wasn't that you back in Crackhead Olympics? You were mean to everybody. You were mean to your VIPs. You were mean to the reaction channels. You're still mean, but you were like especially mean. And you're going to criticize Tina for being mean?
But you're right, yo mama. Like, I should have, you know what? Like, if you're on the show and you're the queen of roasting and you're the queen and everyone should respect you, screw that. You should be yelled at right back. People should get to rail you too, and you should be able to handle it. You know? I think people don't want to go harder because they're intimidated by her big mouth. You know? The audition was so bad yesterday. The people were like too hard. You know what I mean? Hey, stink.
Well, you know what? At this point, it doesn't matter, Chantal, because she's on the show and she's being paid and you're not. So, Keemstar, He looked at you. He looked at Tina. And I don't know who Tina is on YouTube, what she's done. I don't know her history at all. But whatever's going on with her, despite the fact that you've got a 100K channel and a lot of people know who you are, he still said no. He still said no. He still picked her over you because he's all about who is going to be the most entertaining, and it's not Foodie Beauty.
Actually, a few of them just look like they could be Gore World reactors. Yo, mama. That Ruby one.
That's really getting old. That's really. Can you think of something else, please? Some other kind of insult. You insinuate that we're all ugly and fat, although you're super morbidly obese. You all insinuate that we're fat. Even if we were fat, so what? So what? You don't have to be a size 2 to be a reactor. Do you guys see a catwalk behind me? No, I don't need to walk a catwalk. I just need to sit in this chair with my microphone and my camera and my computer and react for y'all. This is not a fashion show. This is just me reacting to her video. But it's really getting old, her talking about weight and looks at the same time. Her appearance is rather questionable.
Yeah, like I was bored. I was like bored, and I think Kim knew that. That's new auditions. Grace and Lynx would work. Like Lynx is behind the scenes or whatever. She could be on the show like once in a while, but I think that even though Grace is messed up, like that's what the show. That's what they want. Like people want to be entertained, you know. So teardrop. Take back your narrative and your own content. Wants to make money without having to host. He is pretty genius at
Because he's looking at you and he said to himself, this one would be a waste of money. I'd be paying her money. She would add nothing to the show. And as a matter of fact, she would bring down the whole panel. So I'm saying no to this one.
He's going to be making a whole bunch of shows, like a network.
And like I said earlier, Chantal, that could have been you. That could have been you. As long as you've been on YouTube, that could have been you. If you had just been smart with even half of your earnings, that could have been you. You could be sitting right now with no debts. You wouldn't be owing money to Canada. You wouldn't have any bankruptcies. You might have a house paid for, a nice, pretty car paid for, still living in Canada. Your views on YouTube would probably be pretty decent. Have a merch store making you money. Have different channels on different platforms also making you money. If you had just had a decent work ethic and not chased after all your impulses, all your obsessions, fed all of your addictions, if you had ruled the roost and not let things inside of you rule the roost, where would you be right now? You certainly wouldn't be in the position that you're in, where you're in Kuwait and you're so broke you can't leave. You can't even afford a coffee. How sad is that? All the money you make every month and you can't afford a coffee, girl? The heck? What is wrong with this picture? You make more in a month than most people see in a few months. And you got nothing to show for it. And all you got to do is make videos and do lives, which are not that hard. You ain't got no excuse for being broke.
Everyone in Gore World hates each other too much to do.
Part of panels, that is not true. Just putting a panel together is sometimes it gets busy. It gets real busy. I mean, there've been some really fun panels, Chantal. Why don't you do panels on your channel? You've got enough beezers. You can bring people up and let them talk. Why don't you do panels on your own channel? Just get a subscription to StreamYard and do panels. Why don't you do panels?
Gina, I didn't offer a BJ.
Yeah, you did.
If you notice, I was saying that to that woman, the girl.
No. You were on panel with, ma'am, what you're saying does not make sense. You did not say to that female, if you can prove it, I will lick your box. Because she's a woman and she has different genitalia than a man. You said, I will suck your male lollipop, which implies male genitalia. I'll suck your D. So you were talking to the men on the panel, not the women. Don't try to put the spin on it now.
Because they were accusing me of something, and I said, show me proof of what you're accusing me of, and I will S your, you know what I mean? It's in a figurative sense, because obviously...
You shouldn't have said that, period. Whether it was to a woman or a man, that is inappropriate for a married woman, for a married Muslim woman to say something like that. That was foul.
They don't have one, right? So that's what I meant. Wasn't talking to the dudes up there.
Yeah, you were.
Am I blocked? No, Larry. Makes money making fun of people. I thought you hate when people do that. Well, that's why I'm not in the. That's why I'm not auditioning unknown. Like,
she don't care. She don't care. All she saw was that it was a channel that was popular. It's making money. They have panels. She's a Lolcow. She goes, oh, I can get a piece of that pie. I'm going to fangirl all over the place. I'm going to act like a groupie. I'm going to wave my hands in the air and see if they'll hire me because I need money. I need money bad. I need money to pay my bills and my rent and to pay my fake husband. I need a job somewhere because my feeties aren't cutting it anymore. Maybe some of them have left you, Chantal, and you're like, you're trying to make up the difference. But you tried it. Oh, you tried it. But you'll do anything now for money. You're just that desperate.
I don't think I could do that long term. Like, if it was like more lighthearted and fun, like, you know, with some banter here and there, sure. But I don't want to just sit there insulting people all night. No.
Are you kidding me? That's what you love to do. You love being mean to people, Chantal. It gets you off.
Yeah. Who knows, Susie, eh? Shut up. I'm not a born and raised devout Muslim pious person. That's not my history. So whoever doesn't like me can get lost, including you. Goodbye. Nobody understands using a...
Telling a bunch of men on a panel that she would suck their D as a figure of speech? Huh? No, that's an offer that should not have been made.
Only me. It's only me. So, anyway. I'm going to disgrace it even more. Eat a crap, Capu. God, look how live panels full of incels who wants to verbally abuse women for content. No reputations.
Let's talk about that super chat. Hecate's daughter is saying it was a setup. How was it a setup? Chantal was not initially on the panel. Like, as soon as the panel started, she was not on the panel. She was actually in the audience, and she was invited up on panel. So how could it be a setup? It wasn't as if they told her, hey, Chantal, we're doing a panel talking about whatever, and we want you to be a part of it. And they blindsided her. Because as soon as she got on panel, they started talking about something else. That would be a setup. Chantal has gone to the channel long enough to know what goes on there and how they talk and what the vibe is. So how could it be a setup? If anything, she set herself up because she thought if she stepped out of girl world where everybody knows her lore, that if she stepped onto a different kind of website with a different crowd, she thought that nobody would know the lore. Nobody would know about the things she did. And she found out otherwise. But also, when she got on panel and she figured out there was somebody up there that knew the lore, when she figured out that people in the chat were calling her out on all the things she'd done, she could have left. She could have said, I'm going to exit out now, and left. But she didn't. She stayed up there for an hour because she wanted the attention, because she was so desperate to be hired by Keemstar. She thought, oh, if I be a clown, if I'm enough of a clown here, and if I embarrass and humiliate myself enough here, I'll probably get hired. She was looking for the money. She was looking for the attention. She got a little bit of the attention, but not in the way she hoped. It did not parlay itself into her getting more views and getting more viewers. If anything, it was a great day for Girl World because she made a butt of herself on the live and she couldn't dirty delete it away. She couldn't get rid of it. It was there for all to see. And the reaction channels had a fine time with it. Oh, we had a ball. It was entertaining content. We were loving it. So everybody had a ball with it except her. But she wasn't set up. There was no way it could be a setup. She begged to be up there. She stayed up there when she could have left. She chose to make a butt of herself, to be the butt of jokes. She acted like she was in on the joke, but she wasn't. She was the butt of the joke, and she didn't get the social cue of people were laughing at her, not with her. So there was no setup here. Like I said, she wasn't lied to and brought on a panel and told it was going to be about a certain something. And then when she got up there, they blindsided her with something else. No setup here. Absolutely none.
You, Hecate. Thank you for the super chat and for your opinion. Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah.
Nope. Lies.
I don't know. Like, I don't really know too much about the people. Like, I don't know.
All. That's your fault. Because you want to be hired by Keemstar. You want to get on the payroll real bad. So you, as a potential employee looking to join up on a website to be part of a public panel, you should have done your due diligence researching the people on the panel, like their backgrounds, what the site is about, what the panel is about, maybe get an overview of the vibe. And do I fit in or don't I fit in? And how would I fit in here? Would I fit in at all? You should have done your homework. You didn't.
A lot of it, but I don't know. The whole point of the show is very, you could tell it's lighthearted and they're actually really good friends in real life. And they've developed, I think Lolcow has saved their careers, Boogie and Wings, and has brought them really good friendships with each other. And hey, babe, are you here? Oh, no,
H.
wait.
Korean says, Salah, I think you should go on Lolcow panel. Oh, that would be entertaining. Put him up there and give him the hard questions. Put him in the hot seat. I would love to see that. I would love that.
Hekate? What? Yeah, I know, teardrop. Hi, babe. Babe. The lake. King Cobra. Until we have fun in our own. It's just a lady. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the Nelson, what does Salah say? My husband. Nelson. Well, he was going to say, hey, Habibi J.
Desperate idiot.
Basically, just like talking about things like before I met him.
You know what, Chantal?
Like,
you're trying to use that as a defense. What you did before versus what you're doing now. But what you do now matters. What you did on the panel matters because that's part of the now, correct? You went on a panel now, in present day, made a fool of yourself, saying sexual, disgusting things, talking about him in a disgusting way. They were laughing at him and you weren't defending him. That's the now. That's not the before. That's the now. So if you try to put the spin on it as, well, you know how I was before. Well, that was before. But how does that excuse what you did now?
He understands in that way. Talking about things from the past, but
you're not trying to be anything. What you're trying to be right now, present day, you're trying to make money. You don't care where it is. You don't care how you make it, as long as you make it, because everything in your world hinges on money. And you know, if you don't have it, your whole world is going to collapse because you don't have a support system. You don't have a family that's going to step forward that if you go dead broke, they're going to step forward and pay all of your expenses. And Salah's not going to stick with you. You lose your paycheck, you lose him. Same thing with Natter. You're going to lose him too. They are around for the money. You don't got the money, you don't have them. They don't want to know you. They don't want to talk to you. That oceanside villa, you're paying for that. So if the money goes away, that goes away too. Everything in your world goes away. You've got no savings, no investments, no nothing. There's no one you can run to. No one that's willing to take you in. So you're desperate for cash. You're like, I'll do anything for anybody. I'll make a fool of myself. I don't care. Just I need to get paid. And it's all because you overextended yourself and because you ran after a fantasy that wasn't a reality. This is all you're doing.
Talking about those things. So if I could do something maybe once in a while, like, you know, I'd be open to doing or something fun.
Oh God, no. Do you think they really want to have a panel where you're sitting there stuffing your face? It's bad enough you do it on your main channel and it's just boring there. Do you think they're really going to have you on a panel stuffing your face? You could do that Foodie stuff on your own channel.
Like something fun. Imagine like all going to Disneyland or something. Like imagine Tina in Disneyland. Like they should like fun things, not just sitting on.
Imagine taking Chantal to Disneyland. How fun that would be. She would be bringing everybody down. She'd be complaining about, oh, I can't go very far and I've got to sit down and I can't do this and I can't do that. She would bring everybody down with her complaining and her whining. And yeah, that wouldn't last long. You don't go out on your own and do things. So why would anybody invite you to go do things?
On a panel and like knocking each other down, you know? I'm not into that. I'm into the more beezing kind. If it's pretty cool. Tell TV. Everyone's trying to get a piece of Keem's I was gonna say Keem's bag, but I meant the
Yeah,
money.
including you, and it didn't work. So now what are you going to do? You tried it. You want to get a piece of that bag, but it wasn't available to you. The bag stayed shut. He didn't want to share it with you.
Yo, mama. Hmm. You hope. I do later. I do. After she did a special understand, and she apologized for what she for that and decided not to go there again. Yes, babe. They're not looking for friends, just employees. But it's so much more pleasant, Fufu Egg, to work with friends.
You know, you don't have friends. What do you mean? You don't have friends. You've been on YouTube for 8 years. Is there anybody that you could think of that's true friends that you could bring up on panel and would panel with you? And if so, who are these people? Because you've been on YouTube for a long time. Like, what people would you bring up on panels, Chantal? What people would you call friends?
Time working on a project, being in an office, doing any type of anything. If you're getting along and you're friends with your coworkers, you're going to want to go. When I used to work at the office, I'll say that one of my office.
But when you worked, though, like you were constantly getting fired. You were going on lunch and taking really, really long lunches. You weren't showing to work up on time. You would show up when you wanted to, if at all. You were not a good employee, hence the reason why you got fired so much.
This is what made it so pleasant was working with friends. Like Rena worked with me for a long time. She became work, because I got to gossip with her.
Lies.
You know what I mean?
She lying.
Time has moved on. Trump's about to be president. Rebels have taken over Syria. There's a whole, yeah. People are still hanging on to Cuba rage. I know, right? Yeah, exactly. No. What happened, Bulging Eyeball, was this girl, Reality or something, or who's that other annoying broad that was on panel? Xylee or something like that. Anyway, coming on with her friggin' rants about, saying I was like doxing people and doing all this shit. I don't know. She was accusing me of something. So I said,
You did dox people. I just showed on Twitter the whole list of people that you doxed, and it's probably even a partial list.
Show me proof. And
that's a tell. If she says, "Where's the proof? Show the proof." That's her telling on herself.
Well, you know what? That's who I was talking to, and I meant it in a figurative sense. I don't know how people can't catch up on that. Like, I would never say that to a guy, and it's basically like the figurative sense of saying "suck it." Like, if you prove me,
you know what, Chantal, you're backpedaling. If you backpedaled this hard on an elliptical, girl, you would lose about 50 pounds. You're backpedaling. Oh, I didn't mean it this way. I meant it this way. No, you didn't. You meant it exactly the way the words came out of your mouth. It wasn't a figure of speech. You, as a supposed reverted Muslim woman, you were on a panel, A, talking to men, B, talking to men in a sexual way, C, giving those men permission to look at your vag pics. You meant it the way it came out. It was not a figure of speech. You meant what you said.
Me wrong? Yes, Angela, I did, because he was sleeping. And I got invited on the show. Hey, Bailey. Twisting your words like you.
And there's always a possibility that everybody's saying, well, what does Salah think? Was he in the house? Did he know? He might have known. Like Chantal could have talked to him beforehand and said, listen, the money is going down. We are really, really bad with the money. I'm willing to do anything to make money. So let me just do this. Let me make a complete fool of myself on this panel, because if I get hired, I'm going to be making a substantial amount per month. And he gave her the go ahead. And that's why he's still around, because he gave the go ahead.
Yeah, Scarlett, I know. Panel up with the kinder reaction channels.
Why? If Keemstar didn't pay you, why would anybody else pay you? Do your own panels, Chantal. You probably won't, because in order to do, if you have StreamYard, like the program that I have, StreamYard right now, recording this video, it's not like a free service. You got to pay a monthly fee of like $50. So like she wouldn't even invest $50 into getting something like StreamYard so she can do panels to potentially make money. You got to spend money to make money. She's not even willing to spend money to potentially make money. You know, just spend $50 and see how it pans out. And if it doesn't pan out, oh well, you know, at least you tried. But she's not even willing to try, because it means spending money that she could use for Starbucks or takeout. She's cheap like that.
Each other and degrading others, not my kind of show. Yeah, exactly. The ones I usually watch of the Lolcow is usually doing something fun, like special, like I feel like constantly listening to like Tina, like making fun of snatches and stuff like that. Like, it's just not my thing, you know. No, need the moolah.
Yes, you do.
No free cameos.
She needs the money. Why else would 100K channel, someone who has 100K channel, be interested in being on panel for Keemstar? Chantal's a narcissist. She wants all eyes and ears on her. She doesn't like to share the spotlight. So why else would she be willing to share the spotlight with other people, unless it was for money, unless she needed money? I mean, I've been watching Chantal for a long, long time, and I've never seen her express an interest in being a part of somebody else's channel. She wants attention for her main channel. If she started working for Keemstar, that would mean attention for his channel and not hers. So how would she maintain both? How would she maintain doing panels for his channel and keep up with her main channel at the same time? It'd be a lot for her. And doing the Foodie content off camera, she can't keep up with the workload. If she wants to work for another person, that means the money on her main channel is dropping, her views are dropping, and she knows it, and she's trying to cover up the lack of income by going somewhere else.
Actually, I have to do some. You need something for your spicy side? Yeah, I'm not doing any shows for free ever again in my life. Sorry, but
yeah, she's the only one that didn't get paid. Everybody else got paid to be up there except her. Isn't that funny? She went up there for free. She did all of that clownery for free, and the reaction channels got more money than she did.
my time is money. It's all screaming and overwhelming. Yeah, exactly.
Zoe says, Foodie Beauty, it sounds like you're bored with your channel and want to mix it up a bit. So why not reach out to other channels? I mean, she could. But then again, if she's bored on her main channel, she's the content creator. She could do whatever she wants. If she's bored with her content, she could do something different and make it exciting for herself. You know, like, she's got complete freedom to do what she wants to do. She just doesn't want to do anything. And that is the entire problem.
Address the rumor that Tina is your mystery friend with the money not worth it. That weird show with weird people. Yeah, the weird show with weird people. Babe. Yeah, I mean, money isn't everything, like, it's not.
Says the woman where money is everything. She says money isn't everything, but yeah, it's the everything that's keeping all the pieces of your world together. And without it, all the pieces would fall apart and fall away. There's nothing in your world where money is not involved. Money is keeping it going. You need money to keep it all going. The more the money drops, the more that everything goes into ruin.
Not. No, I'm not bored with my channel, Zoe.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. I like the idea of like being part of something that's fun, like as an ensemble.
Since when do you like sharing the spotlight? Why are you lying to people? Why lie? You're on your main channel now. You're not even on Lolcow Live. You're on your main channel. We know you. Miss, I need the spotlight to myself. We know you. You don't want to share the spotlight with anybody. No one. You want to be the center of attention. You want to make all the money. You don't want to share the money with other people. What are you talking about?
Carolina. Hey, Box Chaos. Hmm. Pew Pew Tasha, I would paint a panel with you. Thank you for the super chat.
Look at her, desperate
How
Debbie
cute.
over here. How much are you paying? Tell me you're broke without telling me you're broke.
I don't really know who you are. So start something.
So what? You don't really know much about the people that were on the Lolcow Live panel, but you were willing to panel with them as long as you were getting paid. Do you have to be on a first name basis with the people you panel with? Just panel up with them and see how it goes.
Start something with my channel, but I'm not going to pay people. Like it would have to, like Keem is rich.
Cheap. Cheap. She goes, I'm not going to pay people to be on panel. And the thing is, if she were entertaining, if she knew how to talk to people, she could do panels for free. People would go up for free and have fun for free. She doesn't necessarily have to pay people, but she doesn't know how to host a panel. And she doesn't know how to prepare. Like, have a topic that everybody can talk about and give their opinions on. Like, there is some preparation that goes into doing panels, and she doesn't know about any of that. She could watch and she could take notes and learn things and then maybe set up a panel and learn as she goes, but she's not willing to do that.
Already and has like networks and all that stuff and employees. I'd have to set all that up.
Yeah, too much work.
Did you, Lisa?
She wants to make money, but she's not willing to prepare. She's not willing to put the work in. She's not willing to do the research and the homework and go, okay, I want to make money this way. What do I need to do? What's the blueprint here? Let me just write some stuff down. Let me prepare some things. She wants to make money, yet she's not willing to work to make money. Hence the reason why she continues to be broke.
People would speak to facts and try. That's a nice fun chat. Ah, yes, I love Becca, and I come in your chats. Thank you, Becca. You're so sweet. It's very sweet.
Saying Bailey Brooks says maybe you should do a podcast. Well, that involves work. Y'all are suggesting things that involve work, preparation, research, homework. She's not going to do none of that. Y'all need to just stop.
Anyways. Show with you. ALR wouldn't do a show. She wouldn't.
You
I've
never
asked
know.
her to do like TikTok battles. She never did it. Hi, Lee. TGI Fridays. Yeah, I shouldn't keep my. Wait, is there still music? It's just the beat. I don't think the beat will get me demonetized. Hey, Neve. Taylor can't commit to anything. Well, neither can I usually. I have the same problem. Can I walk on there? No. Yeah, you go into a restaurant. That's so weird. I wonder if you can hop across. Imagine. You guys want to walk outside a bit? Did I eat Temptation at home? I got some crunchies. Puddle jump. Yeah, I don't really know much about games. No guy. He's just playing on the market out there. He's thinking business. Yes, the show is like degeneracy, but there's a market for that. There's a market. Is that not you guys used to watch me?
Keep talking, Chantal. Keep talking. Because you started out the conversation saying, I just want to be a part of something. And I like the whole camaraderie, just going up there and talking to people. But the more you talk, you keep making, oh, there's a market for that. Oh, Keemstar, he makes a lot of money. It's money motivated. Why can't you just be honest and say that? That you had your eye on the prize, and the prize was making money there, and maybe you would get some side business on your main channel. Gets, like your networking, that you would get some side exposure for the Foodie Beauty channel. Why can't you just be honest? You don't care about anybody up there. You don't care about talking about them. You're caring about what you can get out of the deal.
150 for eating crunchies? Oh. I don't know, Tasha. I'll think about it. Yeah. Foodie, stop. It's true, People, listen, Hakate, the people who watch that show don't care about anything righteous, anything moral. Well, some people do. That's why they had a problem with, Boogie, the cancer thing. Grace, apparently. There's rumors that her and her dad have a weird relationship, okay? Who knows if it's true? Do a show with Heather Kelowna? Who's that? Yeah. Foodie always banned big bucks. Carolina, right? To be for bucks.
So broke.
All bees for bucks.
So broke.
$1,000 and 4 Nashies. Oh, I wish I could have a Nashi right now. I wouldn't
You
risk
could. You could if you went back to Canada. I'm just saying.
with my belly. The weather is nice. The weather is nice. You want to walk along here? In the thousands. I heard Keen say that the show pays the Lolcow queens, they would get maybe $5,000 a month.
Boom. That's why she was auditioning. She wanted that $5,000 a month.
And then, or no, $3,000 a month, and then maybe $5,000, and then maybe $10,000.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on how entertaining you are. I mean, if you're a boss, and Keemstar would be the boss, and you have somebody on panel, and they're really good, and they're really entertaining, and they're bringing in the views, you're basing the pay on what they're bringing to the table, like what money they're helping you make and how people are responding to them. So you wanted some of that bag, girl.
It depends how successful the show is.
Right. So again, what are you bringing to the table? Nothing.
Yeah, I know, Carolina. They have to be big influencers. I'm not like really big, you know. I mean, not in channel size, but in size. Babe, where did you go, sweet love? Where did everyone go? 5K.
Fufu Egg says, is your dignity worth that much money? What dignity? She doesn't have any. Or integrity.
That's probably more than the whole show would pay. Carolina. I saw a few people I recognized try to audition though. There was beer and champagne, or trash and beer. And there was let's on Albert for her amputation for money. What? Oh, don't make me hurl. Is that true, Hakate? Hakate, you should go up there and roast everybody. Thank you for the super chat. You would be funny because you have a mouth on you. And you're smart. Ew. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I'm gonna hurl. Hakate. Teardrop. Oh my god. Ew, what? I can't. This is vile. Yo. Teardrop, you crack me up. Ew. I'm a big celebrity to the audience because they're there to see. It would be unprepared to clap back. I don't like. That's the problem. Like I don't. I can do better if I'm.
It's not that she doesn't like clapping back. Is that Chantal, she doesn't know how to come back with the clapbacks fast enough. Just like when she tells a lie on live, it's not like doing a video where she can edit stuff out in case she says too much or she can cover it up. If she's got somebody in her face in real time telling her something, she can't think fast enough to cover up a lie that she told or refute what the person is saying. That's why she sucks at reactions. She's not quick-witted enough.
Angry. And I don't have anything personal with them, you know? And I don't want to do like, I'm sure, like, imagine getting like people who hate me on there and like going back and forth. That would be like, I don't like.
She's just scared of anybody that will go up there that knows the lore, that can put her on the spot and keep her pinned in the corner the entire time.
I was the only people are they like established.
Sounds bitter. Look at all these people auditioning for Lolcow Queen Live. I don't know who these people are. Nobody knows who they are. Why are they not auditioning me? Why didn't they hire me? Because I'm known. I'm the Lolcow Queen. I should be up there. Marsha.
But which established Lolcows are on YouTube already?
Like all these nobodies going up on panel and they're getting $5K a month and they're not hiring me. This is an outrage.
Babe, yeah. That's true. They punished him for it. He had to do a whole bunch of punishments. I don't know who they are. Do you guys know who they are? is a predator. I felt bad though. I gave shit right back.
She
to
made
her.
you cry.
Friggin'
MFW dragged you for filth. When she found out about your fake essay allegations, she dragged you for filth. You weren't prepared for MFW. And no, I'm not a fan of her. I'm just saying the panel that she did and MFW was on it. MFW just tore into her.
I heard this bitch talk. I heard her talk about me recently. Like I was watching a reaction of her because I was like just trying to catch up what the tea was, and she's like, "Why is Foodie Booty following me? You followed me." So
why are you watching her on TikTok? And are you going to sit there and say that you don't watch other people except through Yo Mama? Because some of the people you're talking about, he doesn't cover. So if you're not watching through people through Yo Mama, where are you watching them? Oh, that's right. You're going straight to their channels and watching them through there, although for some reason you don't want to admit it when you really should, because that's the truth.
I followed you back. Like, what? Like, what's your problem?
But why are you following them? If you hate them so much, why don't you block them and just not watch their stuff? Like, you hate the reactors, right? They make you aggravated. You're like, I'm not subscribing to the drama anymore. And yet you are. You subscribe to all the drama. You follow all the drama on every platform: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, everywhere. You look for it all.
Yeah. I have to get pumped up. Yeah. No way. So I don't have anything to do with these degenerate people. Not with Lolcow, with the people you just said. Yeah, but FW, no thanks. To YouTube. I don't. Oh, another person who tried to audition was Savage Live. Do you guys remember her? Drama community, but I don't know. She was technical problem and she just kept getting like kicked out. Like her audio wasn't working. Aw, thanks, cool, Javi. Know your worth. I'm almost there. Yeah. Yeah, God, I
She
just
keeps
don't
saying that. I just don't think it's for me. She's saying that because she got straight up rejected in real time. She got rejected on live by Tina and by Keemstar himself. Tina told Keemstar, you hire this one, I'm out. Keemstar followed that up later. You guys saw it in my react. He said, I'm looking for a certain type of woman. I'm looking for somebody attractive. And he wasn't looking at Chantal and saying, you're the one, I'm picking you. He was telling her without telling her, you ain't got no shot. I am looking for a certain type for my business and you don't fit the criteria. So I'm not hiring you. And you're not enough of an entertaining Lolcow that I will have you on Lolcow Queen Live. So the door was slammed in your face.
Trisha is too big for that show. For the Lolcow Queens, she wouldn't do it. They would have to pay her a ton of money.
Yep, they sure would. But then again, Trisha doesn't need Lolcow Live and you do. And I'm going to say it again, Chantal. It could have been you. You know, if things had gone a different way, if you had not eaten all of your money, snorted all of your money, popped all the money in your mouth, if you had not given it away to different men in your life and supported them, if you had been responsible even halfway, where you would be right now, you might have savings, you might have investments, you might be able to take a break for yourself and get yourself together. You could have different things up and running and making money for you and living off the royalties. But no, you're an idiot. You devoted yourself to all the wrong people and all the wrong things, and you got nothing to show for it. You and Amberlynn Reed, you're both stupid. Her with her extreme candle collection and her many earrings and journals, all the money that she's made on YouTube. Amberlynn Reed Y'all, she made literally over $1 million off YouTube, and she ain't got nothing to show for it. Not even good health. Same thing with Chantal. Chantal's made thousands and thousands of dollars on YouTube. She doesn't even have good health. She can't even look in the camera and say, y'all, I spent all kinds of money, and this is what I have to show for it. I've got nice, perfect teeth. I have got perfect health. I'm in really good health. I'm eating healthy food. I'm using the money that I get from YouTube, from all of you, to be healthy and to get healthy and go to therapy. She can't even say she devoted part of her money to improving her health. She's got nothing to show for all of the drama and all of the story arcs and all of the brainstorming to get people to watch her. She's got diddly.
Foodie. I know everyone calls them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm done my coffee. That sucks. Babe, what a nice place.
Yeah, you know what, Chantal? I remember back in the day when you lived in Canada, way before all this salon nonsense. You have money to burn, and you used to go to Starbucks twice a day and get 2 drinks at a time. You were easily dropping $20 to $40 a day at Starbucks, and then driving over to the dispensary and dropping a $1,000 at a time. I remember those days. Now here you are, barely able to avoid Starbucks.
Let's go walk a little bit. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep.
Oh, she's singing. Goodbye. I don't want to hear that doggone singing. No, thank you.
Sherry is safe.
Oh, that's loud. Sorry. Bad.
Let's go.
It looks so bad. Ouch.
No, cheese sticks would be bad. Woo!
She's about to make me dizzy. Chantal, get a selfie stick.
Babe, I wish you were with me.
No, you don't.
But sometimes it's good to just be with us. He lets me be when he's busy.
He's always busy in the red room.
It's a nice little walkway. Babe, look, babe.
Past the walking part. She's making me dizzy because, just the camera's not steady.
Exercise, even only 4 minutes a day, reduce their risk of stroke and heart disease by 75%. And
you know what reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke? Cutting back on all those doggone calories and all that sugar, Chantal, but you refuse to do that.
And do it only 16%. God loves women. Seriously, I heard that. So, but what about women who eat takeout 3 times a day?
Right?
I only had takeout once today.
Yeah, how many calories was that?
And I only ate once.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take an educated guess. If you ate once, why are you so full that you can't eat anything else? It must have been a pretty doggone big meal. And we know about the backup sandwich and the backup meal. So did you actually eat twice at once and call that one meal?
I haven't had McDonald's in so long. But I heard that in the West, they have dill pickle sticker fries. Like, why did they not have those before the boycott. Why? Why? It didn't say anything about diet. But it probably is
we done
in
here.
the fine print combined with diet and exercise. Because my breathing is worse. So shisha is not good for you. And, you know, no duh. But yeah, it doesn't gross me out when I'm smoking it. And it doesn't, effect comes, I notice after.
Did she say that she
You
quit
know?
the shisha? I don't believe that. I don't. Like she likes to smoke.
The
Okay,
dill
you know
pickle
what?
fries
She's
are
just
yummy.
about done. And I'm getting impatient for her to quit. So I'm going to quit for her. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.